Great. Welcome, everybody. You're in the Indian Hills Committee for Parent Involvement meeting. Hopefully you're in the right place. We're happy that you're here. The time is 12:35, and I'm going to call our meeting to order. Thanks for logging on. This is a great turnout. So hopefully we can cover a lot during our meeting today. We do have a guest speaker. It's a student coming in to tell us about a scholarship program happening at Valley. And so you'll notice that we might have to pause what's being talked about when she steps in so that she can tell us all about her program, and then we'll get back to the business at Indian Hills. My name's Ashley Thorson. I'm the 8th grade co-chair for the Committee for Parent Involvement at Indian Hills. Emily Mayfield is our 7th grade chair. We've got our two fantastic administrators here with us, Shane Christensen and Zach Sinram, and we'll kind of start working through our agenda. First, I wanted to start with an overview of the CPI. We've been up to a lot of stuff since our last meeting. We've had 2 really great conference meals in October and a number of staff appreciation breakfasts on professional development days. Those 2 committees have really just done a great job this year, a lot of positive feedback from teachers. But we wanted to take this opportunity especially to thank all of the parents who donated to those events. You guys really showed up through financial donations with Venmo and bringing breakfast items and paper products and all the things to the school, drinks. So thank you so much for doing that. It really, really brightens our teachers' day, and we appreciate it a lot. So the other things that we've been doing, we had a restaurant night at Blaze Pizza. We're waiting to hear back on how that went, but thank you for everyone who went to Blaze. And we are wrapping up a winter apparel sale. You may have seen an email go out and some social media posts, but we're going to keep that shop open through the weekend. So if you haven't had a chance yet to order, please do take a look at that. There's some great kind of personalized designs to Indian Hills, and they make really good holiday gifts, whether it's for your student, maybe even an incoming 7th grader, so a 6th grader that you want to stock up on a gift for them to come to Indian Hills next year, or grandparents, all of the above. So you have through the weekend to do that. And thanks to everyone who's ordered already. Let's see here. I think that is those are the main pieces that I wanted to get through on my end. And I'll go ahead and send it over to Shane, and you guys can start talking about your updates.
All right. Hello, everybody. I am setting up the slideshow. So do you see it projecting?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to start by talking about the school performance profile. We call this the school report card. And I'm really excited to tell you that once again, Indian Hills has done very, very well. So you can see on this sheet in front of you that our overall performance is commendable, and you can kind of see all these different numbers. The big number, there's like this percentage right below 484.21. It says 69.17. So 69.5 is high performing, the next level up. So we were 0.33 from being a high performing school. So our goal is to be a high performing school next year. So I just wanted you to know, like, we're continuing to do well. So if we get a little deeper into it, we can look at, they always look and see your participation level, and you can see we're above that little dot. The little dot is the state average, and we're above that. And then down at the bottom, even though this doesn't look like our attendance growth from last year to this year, we increased by 2.18, which actually that's the state's average is 2.18. We improved by 5.6%, 5.7% is what I see on the side. So we had more students attending school last year than this year. That's good to know. And then when we start to get a little bit deeper into it, we see our chronic absenteeism is below the state average. And I do think that's already corrected just with some things the legislature did with resetting the open enrollment dates so that families can't just keep jumping from one district to another district to try to not be in trouble with not going to school. And then the other thing they enacted was that if a student is open enrolled and not attending, we can send them back to their home district. Those two things have already made a big impact. And then if you've been watching the news, you know that there's a bunch of other hoops that we need to do at schools, and it's generated a lot of letters that you may have gotten. We were already doing a lot of those things, and so that just feels like a little bit of micromanaging that isn't really impacting. The biggest thing they took away from us, though, is mediators. We used to be able to go to Polk County Attorney's office and have a mediator come in. We had already had a meeting with the family. This mediator was able to come in and help us go to another level and say, hey, if you do this, we won't send you before the judge. And now we just meet with them, and if they don't comply, they go to the judge. That intervention of the mediator was outstanding and very impactful. I know one of our parents was a mediator, and we are missing that opportunity. So going now to the rest of it, you can see the English language growth. These are our English speakers of other languages. Our students outperform the state by quite a bit. Our growth in math, again, outperforming the state. English language arts outperforming, science outperforming. Then our percent proficient is the final two. Percent proficient in math is outperforming the state by a lot. And our English language arts performance is above state average. And so that is why we are not a targeted school. And this next graphic shows that we have been meeting our goals for the last 6 years. So it took us 3 years to get off of the targeted list. And then we've continued to meet our goals and not be on the targeted list. And there are a lot of schools around that are on the targeted list. This is definitely a point of pride for Indian Hills, especially with our changing demographics. We have continued to have big growth. The next slide, I want you to pay attention to the slide on the right. There's a cut score, and if you're above the cut score in all demographics, then you're off the targeted list. You can see that we are above the cut score by a lot in multiple areas. All students, Asian, Black students, Hispanic students, multiracial, and white. Going to the next level, you can also see for our English learners and our students who are on low socioeconomic status, which is more than half of our students in our building, also outperforming that cut score, and our students with IEPs. So I really just wanted to let you know that we are doing well. Our students are growing at a healthy rate. There are a lot of schools that would really do about anything to do as well as we're doing. And one of the things that I believe is one of the impactors is IXL. So your students always should be able to have IXL to work on. They have IXL for math, English, and science. We do track the growth in math and in English, and they are growing at a healthy level this year. I just looked yesterday. This is just one indicator. We do a lot of things, including Encore and the things that we do in classes. For example, we are teaching reading skills and writing skills in every classroom. So they might hear about CER writing. You might hear about notice and note, or they're writing a signpost. We're getting students to read, think, make notes, then take those notes and turn it into writing. They are doing this in every class. And we've been doing it long enough now that the 10th grade teachers have reached out to us at the beginning of the year and said, what are you doing? The kids are writing better than they ever have in the last 10 years. And we take that as a point of pride. And I just want to add that Stillwell has joined us and kind of taking the same path. And they have also just come off the targeted list with the two buildings working together on all of these initiatives that I'm talking about. So this is not any longer, this is junior highs helping all students grow and launching them into high school to be successful. So that's the first thing that I really wanted to talk about. Any questions about the student performance profile? And you can get that online if you type in school performance and look at other buildings. Indian Hills is has been off the targeted list. This year, Stillwell came off and 2 elementaries. So we have more and more schools coming off, which means we've kind of found some things that work. Any questions? So you can unmute or you can put it in the, all right. You can still ask a question if you have one later. Has our speaker shown up? Yes.
She's waving.
Hello,
She's ready.
Okay, let me know, Sophia, what you want me to project, or if maybe you're able to. Let me see if I've given you. I think you might be able to share, but if you need me to, I will do it.
So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. I am trying to get the poster that I sent through email, but as I am looking for it, it's okay.
I can project it, so I'm going to do that right now. That's the one that says RISE.
Oh,
Scholarship presentation or the okay. Doesn't want to share it.
Really quick, I'll just kind of give you a quick introduction. This is Sophia. She is a guest speaker from the Refugee and Immigrant Student Embassy RISE group at Valley. And she reached out to us to see if she could speak to our group and get her message out to the Indian Hills community. So thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you so much for allowing me to be here representing the RISE Scholarship team, guys. Well, as you already mentioned, and as some of you may already know, the Refugee and Immigrant Student Embassy Scholarship is a scholarship with the goal of $15,000 for a first-generation immigrant student at Valley High School. It is open to all students at Valley. They don't need to be involved at RISE to be eligible for it. They can apply regardless of immigration status, and they can apply in the language they feel most comfortable in, as we are seeking for professional translation services. Let's say the scholarship, it is not meant for the student to receive the money directly. It is for the school or the apprenticeship program to get it directly. Some of the good news to update you all on how we're doing right now. We are now sitting at over $13,000 and more specifically over $13,000 and 352. We're incredibly thankful for all of our donors. We even have to add a couple more into the flyer that is in the background right now. We're very grateful to the donors, particularly those who are part of the West Des Moines Community School District staff. I know some of you may have known maybe someone who have done an individual or organization donation, and we're very grateful for that as well. And just as a little background info too, the $15,000 goal that we have, it is based on the cost of an associate's degree at the Des Moines Area Community College, or DMEC. That is what we came up with numbers. I'll be graduating early this year, so that is an exciting part. I am about to pass the role of president to the current vice president of this project, Nivo Chol, in about a month, and she will be introducing the new vice president as we are in training with the person right now. I am also thrilled to announce that the recipient of this scholarship will be announced on May 21st, 2025, during Senior Honors Night here at Valley, now that we're a part of the Student Scholarship Fund. And the winner announcement, that is a new, I received very, I don't know, let's say early this morning. We'll have coverage by the district's director of communication. There you go. Brian Gillen. And the scholarship application will soon be open during second semester. So we're very excited to see that process come to life and see what the students are doing in the community right now. I'm pretty much representing the team today because we would love to build more community connections, spread the word. I know some of you might be thinking if this is not exactly the Valley High School why I'm here, but I know this is the type of legacy I would like for the kids who are now maybe, and other schools in the district to someday have access to. So hopefully this can keep up. The background flyer has a new QR code for an updated donation link. I believe it is the same one that might be here in the chat. Donors only need to write scholarship in the memo line. The drop-down option is no longer available as it was before. And if you guys are interested in doing any individual or organization donations, please feel free to reach out to us. I will leave my personal information in the chat with parent consensual just to make sure. And yeah, we are accepting checks, credit card donations, invoices, and any of them can be used for tax write-offs as long as they are over $250 for the foundation to make acknowledgement letters. If you guys have any questions, you can just let me know.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Thanks for all of your hard work and congratulations on your upcoming graduation and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Great. Do you have class after this?
I don't, but I do have some PT tests to do for JROTC today. So yes.
All right. Well, good luck with that as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia.
Thank you. If you guys have any questions, remember, I'll just leave my information in the chat as well as my main sponsor for the project as well. Again, don't feel ashamed of anything like that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you. Okay, our next topic is to talk about our fundraiser, and can't see who's all on anymore. Mr. Sinram, are you still there? There you go.
I am. Yep. So I think our fundraiser was a huge success, and thanks to all that contributed or spread the word to allow us to really pretty much meet our goal of the $30,000 mark. Still working with some chamber members through the Clive Chamber to get that up. What I found, exciting about that was just, engaging in that really for the first time and getting some good results with that. And so that's something I think that is in our back pocket for the future. It was a success. Last Friday, we kind of had a reward lunch for every team and a little extra for the winning teams. And it was well received by students, and big thanks to those of you that helped. But it was a good effort. No cookie dough to deliver here over Thanksgiving break, like I've done in the past with my kids' school. Just kind of ask for donation and really just be transparent about what we need and how much we need. And so big thanks to everybody that helped out with that. And yeah. I'll take any questions about the fundraiser too.
Tell them about the scoreboards.
Yep. That was part of the business outreach. We had our 4 new advertisements go through. So 4 new companies, all connected to Indian Hills, minus Shields. Shields was the one that was kind of on their own, not directly connected to a student here. So that was exciting too.
Somebody has a question. Anybody else on the online here have a question?
I'll just highlight again that community sponsor, business sponsor program is still up and running throughout the year. It doesn't end in the same way that our push does as a school. So if you guys know of any businesses who are looking for places to donate in the new year, even sometimes companies like to wait for the new year for tax reasons, but please send them our way. That will just be kind of a rolling, ongoing program. So.
Yeah, I got a shipment of plaques heading out here soon. So the proud supporter of Indian Hills Junior High plaques, we got 6 of them heading out next week. So just waiting for them to come into from our trophy sponsor. So it was good.
It was. Thank you all for your support and everything that you've done to help. I mean, we're self-funded in all of our athletics and activities and in supporting families. This is how we do it. So we try to do this one thing, and then we are able to take care of everything that kids need all year long. The next thing we want to talk about was really our season of giving, which has already kicked off with our Feed the Pods that's going on this week. So you've probably seen that, or your students have come home and talked about it. We're highlighting a different need item every day. So we're looking at non-perishable food items and personal hygiene items. And then everything will either stay right here in the building with our pantry, or it will be taken to Clive Community Services. We thank the Pods company for donating a pod, and they will also take that pod over to Clive Community Services and deliver all of the items. All of the money that is brought in, we will take to Clive Community Services also. For students, they have a little contest going on, and the top 2 Tiger Times in each grade win some sort of breakfast or pizza party. I don't remember what it is exactly, but I think they have fun with it. We've done this for many years and had great success and really been able to fill the shelves for families with this season coming up. And then our next big thing's tomorrow, and I'm going to let Zach kind of take it from here and talk about all the other things we're doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow is our annual Toys for Tigers event. It used to be Toys for Tots, and we would donate directly to that company. We found out, though, that there's like a year delay for the timing of when we did this. And we, again, partnered with Clive Community Services, and Toys for Tigers goes right back to younger students in our school district. And we send a rotation of our buses. So it takes a lot of coordination with our transportation department. Starting at 9:15, buses will come, and social studies classes essentially take the day off, learn a little bit about Toys for Tots and Toys for Tigers, how it started. They go out, actually physically do some shopping. If students don't bring $5, CPI has saved some of our funds to provide that, so everyone can participate, feel like they contribute to something. There's lists, like wish list type things, and students can kind of go on their own and purchase. We encourage things to be purchased together, so there's some cooperation there, and then we shuttle them right back to their normal classes. So a day off of social studies tomorrow. If they're in first period, we have makeup opportunities throughout the day. But it's a good program. It's local. It makes a difference for a lot of families that are right here at Indian Hills and in our feeder schools. And it's not an hour or a year delay. It's immediate. And so, again, a great partnership with Clive Community Services, something we take a lot of pride in.
And then the next thing we do is really with all of our concerts.
Yep. On our winter concerts, we will have donations as part of our season of giving as well. Similar setup in the past, and we may have heard of another contributing factor here with the Rise Scholarship. That could be something that we've divvied up things for Toys for Tigers, for Clive Community Services, and then Friends of YJI, which is a organization, a partnership with the West Des Moines Police Department that serves all of our students in the district, whether they're a Clive, Urbandale, or West Des Moines, Windsor Heights address. And Friends of YJI works with students and families that maybe have had an offense and are working through some family restorative practices. It's a great organization that both Shane and I have been pretty active in supporting, and this is just another way we can do that. In the past, they've had huge holiday parties, and we've been able to contribute to that. This year, they're doing a donation drive, and it just helps meet the needs of some of the families that they serve, which, again, are all West Des Moines school students.
Yeah, so you'll have an
I think that was rushed. Do you have any questions on those two things?
So you have an opportunity to donate at the concert instead of being.
We never charge for our concerts, and so that's a way to kind of give.
And CPI has done a great job of creating a Venmo account, so you can always Venmo if you don't have cash.
I always think it's kind of us at our best. Our fine arts concerts are really impressive, both at mid-year and end of year, and just we've always had a culture of taking care of our own. And so it's kind of a good showcase of our building.
And so that really is the topic for Season of Giving. It is something that we do that's, I think, pretty special at Indian Hills, and we appreciate all of your support. And it's okay for the students to be involved. Like we've talked about, it's okay for them to bring $1 or $5 or $10, whatever, of their own money that maybe they have in their piggy bank. So it's okay for them to have a part in this. It doesn't have to always come from you. So my only other topic that I have right now is students got new Chromebooks last week. So it was pretty impressive. We did it the afternoon of one day and the morning of the other. So basically in one day out of science class, we had a fine machine going there where they handed in their own Chromebook, their old Chromebook, and received a new Chromebook with a new charging cord. They charge faster. They stay charged longer. And so we really want students to have a place to keep those. And they are no longer providing a case for the Chromebooks. And instead, we're getting a nicer Chromebook. So it's important that students have a place to keep their Chromebook. Our system at Indian Hills is a trapper/binder system. So it's a trapper keeper that allows them to organize all of their papers by subject, have some loose leaf paper, have a pencil bag, and then have a sleeve to put their Chromebook and their cord and a reading book. So everything they need for class is in that binder. They don't need anything else to go to class all day long. The goal is that they come in the morning with whatever they have, and they take their trapper to class, and then at lunch they might bring it back to their locker or to their next class. And then at the end of the day, they might go to their locker to pick up any extra stuff. So it helps them start to get organized and not have to be in their locker very much. The organization system is best practice with the executive functioning skills. We're trying to teach students how to organize themselves on their computer and not on their computer. This time of their lives during junior high is the time that their bodies and minds are growing more than any other time, except for when they were 2 years old. And you know what they call 2-year-olds and what it like going through all those changes at 2. That's what students at this age are going through. It's why they are in a separate building. And so right now they're actually creating neural pathways of organization. And the Trapper Keeper is a system, along with what we do in the Chromebooks, to start to help them learn how to use a really good organization system, not only for junior high, but hopefully for life. And that's one of our big focuses. We also have a committee that meets on Wednesdays once a month, and they are studying executive functioning skills. They're going to review what we're doing currently, and they're going to look to see what can we do even better. So we know this is the most important time to start to teach these skills, and we're going to try to do our best to help all of the students be ready to be organized in their lives. You probably notice at home that sometimes they're a little scattered. That's not uncommon. You might say in 6th grade they weren't, but now they are. That's also not uncommon. They're going through all of this rapid growth. And so creating a system, even at home, they come home, their stuff goes here, they do their homework at a certain time, then they might help with dinner, then they can play. Then they know they have a launch pad maybe somewhere that they collect their stuff when it's time to go back to school. So all of these habits, even habits of how they take care of themselves with personal hygiene, are important. And I can't tell you, let's see, how many times my kids went into the bathroom, turned the water on, and never took a shower. So had to teach them the process and kind of follow through. So if you don't want the door to be open, you probably want to do it correctly. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, you can set up a system at home. We're going to try to set up a system for school. And we thank you for your support. We're trying to make sure every student has a trapper. We did a checkoff today to see who has it and who doesn't. We're hoping that families will continue to go out and get one. And we're also working with CPI to make sure that we have trappers for families who need them. Questions about anything that we've talked about today?
Zach, I wondered, we had a parent ask if you guys could share a little bit about intramurals at Indian Hills.
Yeah, you bet. So intramurals meet on days where our activities free up our gym. So really what we need to look for at this time of year is open wrestling and basketball dates. And so because of that, we can't just say it's every Monday. And so it's announced during PE what the intramural activity is. Mrs. Randolph is the contact there. So tell your student if they have any questions or if they feel like they're missing that announcement, to contact her. And it rotates activities. So during the fall, she tries to get out, do some flag football, do soccer, utilize the nets, and did a big volleyball tournament that got a ton participation. And so when the winter months hit, it's more basketball activities. Traditionally in December, big dodgeball opportunity where we have the kind of end of the year assembly, and we have a 7th versus 8th championship with dodgeball, and just a variety of activities throughout the year. That's how it works. I would love to have it more scheduled. I think everybody in the world would love more gym space, but it has to be a little bit of flexibility with especially the seasons once you get inside. And so it is something, especially our 7th graders, I encourage them to get involved in. It's just a good outlet for students. If they sign into After the Bell, if After the Bell is their mode of transportation, we can make that work too by signing into After the Bell, heading to the activity, and then signing back in.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for that reminder.
Yeah. Does anyone else have questions for Dr. Christensen or Mr. Sinram? All right. Well, I just wanted to share a couple of upcoming events. We have a Parents' Night Out coming up on Thursday, December 5th. This is going to be at Range Restaurant. It's off of Hickman Road. The time that we set was between 7 and 8:30. Those aren't like set times. So, for example, if your carpool schedule or driving schedule takes you into 7:30 to 8, you can still stop by and say hi. So we'll just be there from 7 to 8:30. Everyone's welcome. Invite a friend. It's for moms, dads, guardians, whoever wants to come and have a little bit of time to catch up and meet new people. So that's the main social thing coming up next for our group. But I also wanted to highlight really quickly that in the weekly announcements that go out each week, there is a link to the teacher and staff favorite things. I wanted to highlight that because it's kind of that holiday gift giving season, end of a semester, things like that. So if you're looking for anything small to do for your kids' teachers or other staff members at the school, check out that link. It's pretty fun. They've got favorite drinks, favorite snacks, favorite restaurants, favorite stores. If you want to grab something for a teacher, that would be amazing. And you can kind of take note of that also for Teacher Appreciation Week in the spring. But just wanted to make sure everyone knew that information is available. I wanted to highlight that our remaining CPI meeting dates are February 20th and April 17th. So save the date for those. This is just a really great turnout. Thank you guys so much for sharing your lunch hour with us. Does anyone have anything to add or any questions at this point? All right. I think that is it. We'll adjourn the meeting unless, Zach, did you have something?
Yeah. Can I ask a question to the group? So we had a little snafu with the link, actually linking to a PDF. Does it work how I set, like, at meeting time a text? Did that remind people? Was it an easy way to log in? Because that's something that, as we kick these off, Ashley, is pretty easy to do with Blackboard. I just want to make sure everyone got it. And is it something that was useful as a reminder?
So it came in as an email to me.
But
did
no
you say
text?
You sent something via text?
Both.
You got both? Yeah.
Okay.
So it's however you're
Got it.
lined up on campus. And so that's something Dr. C and Ashley, if I get a reminder, that could be the first thing I do when logging in. Because I did notice kind of a flood of people, and that's a good thing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
That worked well. Yep, we're getting feedback in the comments says, yes, I like the text. Text was helpful.
Okay.
Prompted me.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. And then last order of business before I adjourn, just wanted to highlight one more time. If you want to order any Indian Hills apparel, that'll be open through the weekend. And I'm going to share the link to order right now. So if you want to get any last minute orders in, go for it. So, all right. I think we'll adjourn the meeting, but thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.